Hi, Ethan. I'm just taking a look at your menu here. I was just experimenting with a checkered background. I'm bringing it all the way to the bleeds, and it's not. I need to check the links panel too. It's in RGB, and the effective PPI is too low with this particular checkered background. So, like, if you find one, just make sure it's high enough resolution and that you at least change the effective PPI, or not the effective. If you control click on this and edit with Photoshop, we can change it to, to CMYK, because we need to be changing all of these images to CMYK and then saving it. You can save over the old, make sure to do that. You can save over the old file in Photoshop, and then it should automatically update in here into InDesign. Now it's CMYK, so we just need to be making sure that everything is CMYK that we bring in. Okay, so I was experimenting. I made these white without the black stroke. I was kind of thinking about just like deleting that altogether maybe, or maybe just using this one again, because it's just, instead of having two different things, but also I was kind of thinking about like, well, maybe if I could just shorten this one up a little bit, we could show a little bit more of that checkered background. And that might be nice. Also, I did try to make the distance on this of the drop shadow under like effects a little bit less, because I think it makes it a little bit more legible. So if I want to apply that, I just need to select that, grab the arrow like this eyedropper, and just, ooh, that did not work. Thought I could do that. Okay, didn't work. So you might have to go in manually and change all those. I would do it on this one too, because it just looks like I'm seeing double to some degree. I mean, I kind of like it, but I think it needs to be closer, the drop shadow. What font are you using? LAO. Okay. Yeah, I just have some pictures. You could definitely use this motif. I did, let's see. There is a bold, so let's use that. And I did put like a box behind here. It's kind of a weird box. I didn't mean to make the edges look like that. It looks weird, but I like the red over the top of the checkerboard. I'm not sure if I'm completely sold on the warped checkerboard. You might just want a straight up one. This box could be even thinner maybe, depending on how that looks. And it could be, maybe a little bit more like this. Maybe this could be a little bit smaller. Let's see, I'll use the free transform tool. Just a smidgen. And maybe something like that would look a little bit better. I don't know if I need to make it thinner or not. The only reason I did that is because I kind of was hoping that I could show a little bit more of that background off, because with so much white in the design, it does tend to look unfinished. So you might want to consider just adding in more blocks of color here and there to break up the white a little bit. And you can even use black in certain areas. This doesn't look good, but because this box is weird, but you can use one that doesn't look weird to kind of break up sections. And maybe add, I would say you don't necessarily need more here unless you need to put in more menu. You could like bring this down so that it matches up with the burgers and sides. Maybe it's something to try. I don't know if it'll actually look better, but it might line up nicely. You might have to do the leading on this under character in the properties panel. Might need to just make the leading a little bit more so that it lines up with burgers and sides really well. I don't know, maybe somewhere around there. You might have to drag out a guide to see if that's lining up very well. And you can even repeat the jukebox again in certain areas if you wanted to, or maybe even if this isn't the whole panel, like just show off a little bit more of that background. Maybe that's gonna work well. and maybe you don't need to make a copy of this. You might want to put it in again on the inside somewhere if you're trying to fill in a little space. Definitely get your testimonial in there. That's a good idea. You can even do one with you in there with a like with some text next to it or something, because I know, it's your family diner. Maybe a similar treatment to the background on page 2 would be good. Like I said, I'm not totally sold on the wavy background, but I think it does make it look more finished to have a background present in the design anyway. I don't know what this, okay. I don't know why this isn't showing up, except for when I do W, it does. I don't know, that's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. But these could be similar to the page, page 1, and that we could, get rid of the stroke and, make the fill color white on these boxes. And I don't know why that's not showing up the way I want it to, but anyway, let's see. Anyway, I'm really not sure why I can't yeah, nothing's locked down. I don't know why that is showing up the way it is. That's weird. Anyway, you might know why it's set that way, but this text is okay. I wonder if it would look a little better, just broken up a little bit, like add a return, make sure it's all. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a text wrap or something going on here, because this is acting weird too. This might be a spelling mistake. I'm not sure. Might need to be looked into. For some reason, there is like a. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why. This is spelled wrong. This is spelled wrong. So yeah, definitely check spelling. You can go edit spelling, dynamic spelling, make sure that's checked. Yeah, and if you add in those images, I mean, you could potentially just have them like rounded, like these boxes are. And then you could just move this box down to show off more of the checkered background, and then you could, this isn't rounded still, but I can fix that. I can't remember where you put the rounded corners on at. Oh, right here. Yeah, so and then you could just do a file place in there and bring in a image of the interior of the and that might look nicer than having all 3 panels completely taken up by. And this jukebox might look really nice just on its own. With just like a white color behind it. Obviously this isn't really what I mean. I would probably bring this. Oops. I would probably try to bring this, down and hide the edges better. But like something like that maybe. Of course it would look better if these were filled in white. This one is, but this one isn't. But that could be fixed so that it pops off the background a little bit. And then, you could have your pictures in here. I don't know about the drop caps. I'm not sure if I'm liking the drop caps. You might want to get rid of those. And yeah, more pictures of the interior will fill this up. And definitely that would be a lot closer to maybe what you would want to do with this. Also, the Wolfer's Diner text is still just kind of like not quite doing it for me. I don't know if it would help to like have a shape behind that that isn't just a white. You know, maybe it would look better like with like a black underneath it or something. And maybe it would be, I don't know, something like this. I'm just experimenting, but let's see, why isn't it showing up? I don't know. Probably because this is in the background there, maybe. That needs to be in the text layer. But, I mean, this could be like white text. Maybe, sorry, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but sorry. And filling this graphic in with white in the background would probably be a really good idea. I don't know why the effect is not showing up of the drop shadow on this background. That's kind of weird that I can't see the red. And I don't know why this keeps on happening to these boxes where the rounded corners look weird. I'm just having a weird time right now with these with certain things in this file, but you know, I'm kind of thinking just mixing up the front cover a little bit, not going with so many white boxes. Of course, the white totally makes sense behind the menus because there's a lot of text here, and you don't want to go too crazy with the background on that. That's for sure. Let's see. But here, yeah, just more color, more background. You know, this font, that you can reuse this graphic if this is the back panel, especially. I don't really know which one is the back panel because you're doing a different kind of fold on yours, but and yeah, the drop shadow on here is a little crazy. But other than that, yeah, I think that's good. I'm sorry I kind of rambled on that, but I think something closer to this might be nice. Anyway, talk to you later.